Okay, guys, we're here.
We're live.
There
Finally.
it is. Welcome to the Minority Pod with my co-host Mustafa Hawili.
Hello.
Our first guest, Abe Obeid, aka
Halal food junkie, but they don't know my real name. Come on, Cal.
HFJ,
And-
also known as Abe Obeid.
yeah.
Alright.
And then my name is Khalil Bazzi, and I am the other co-host. So, how does it feel, Abe, that you are the first person we brought on to our podcast?
Should I be honest?
Yeah, man, let's hear it.
I'm used to this by now. I've been doing this like the fifth time.
You probably how much
That's true.
podcasts have you done before?
Like about 3 or 4.
Who?
We just did one with the autism awareness,
Okay.
mental health. I forgot
What is it called?
Yeah, I
You
don't
don't
know.
know?
There were about 3 or 4 though, and I've
Mhm.
been like the first guest on each and every one of them.
Okay, let me ask you this. How many of them have you done with people you grew up with? Just out of curiosity.
Nothing.
No, and this is the only one.
So you
Yeah.
just reached
It's-
out.
No, just because there's a lot of history at the table. That's all.
Yeah, there is. I've
Really?
known Cal for a long
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, we go back to the Fort Woods days.
Fort Woods, where this guy used to jump off the the rooftop.
Yeah, it was bad in Fort Woods. They destroyed that place. Now it's a complete flat walking playground. Okay, Abe. So how's everything? Everything good?
Yup. Same day. Different days. Same thing.
I hear you.
New restaurant.
So what's the situation on the food festival? You good know?
You guys just put me on. All right. Ramadan Food Festival. What's going on? It's gonna be a big event. You guys know it's gonna be at Fairlane, right?
Alive.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Fairlane Mall?
Yeah.
No, I had no idea.
It's gonna be at Fairlane Mall this year. 55 vendors.
Okay,
Did
cool.
they sell it?
I don't know. I have no idea.
So I think this year.
I think it's up for sale. I don't know if anybody purchased it. I have no idea.
Well,
I've
I think it's been
looked
I
into
think
it.
I was reading that it was planning to get sold, but I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I saw that on City of Dearborn.
Yeah.
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 55 vendors. It's gonna be equivalent to 4 hypes.
Wow.
That's huge.
Bro, it's going to be a war zone.
Yeah,
Are they
literally.
opening more spots for other people, or they're closing it off at 55 people? 55 like businesses?
55 with there's gonna be food trucks in the middle,
Right.
vendors on the side.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was like an application deadline. Like you had to apply within a certain period of time, and like anybody that tried to come in after, it was like a
Well,
no-go.
it was ridiculous last year.
I've never been to one.
Ridiculous. East Side only had so they had the shit show at the Plaza with Cool Blue.
Oh, you remember that?
That was a shit show.
The Cool
Yeah.
Blue or lava?
No, I know he's on a cool. I know
He's
he's
Dearborn one.
Oh yeah,
And-
yeah.
And then
yeah.
it was
I know what you're talking about.
then it was a complete shit show. I couldn't even get out in Greenfield because of the Cookie Boys.
Okay, yeah.
that's where you.
Yeah, that was horrible. And then you go down corner in the corner, shutting down gas stations because high schoolers they just want to go out and they want to get corn.
Yeah.
And then the Canton Field was completely
Yeah,
filled.
Oh.
Canfield was upside down, bro. It was crazy, wild.
Remember we played the indoor flag
Yeah.
tournament and we come out, we couldn't even park because of what a shit show it was.
Yeah, it was. Man, it was bad. It was crazy, and I think this year's gonna be even more wild with the festival going on.
And
Got
it's gonna be at
Canfield.
Fairlane Mall. Oof.
Oh my god! And I think there's still
What do
gonna
you
be
mean
those
at
little
Fairlane
spots.
Mall, like their parking lot? Or in
The
the
parking lot.
Yeah. Bro, can you imagine Jimmy Jazz could just get like leased out for a vendor?
Yeah.
I laugh at it.
That was 55 businesses. It's gonna be not a disaster. Hopefully it's not, but it's gonna be like it's gonna be a little messy. But
I'm excited to see like if there's gonna be people coming from outside of the state.
Oh, 100%. I mean, let me ask you this. I don't know if you know this firsthand, but like, how do they advertise it? Do they advertise so that it reaches enough people out of Michigan?
Yeah, so they try to. I mean, they use like the big influencers here. They use City of Dearborn. I know me and Hassan
that's on who? The
Shami, so the guy that
Hassan Cham- yeah.
so the one that organizes it. We're going to actually be going live in the next few days. We're gonna be asking.
He's probably the better person to ask. But what started this thing?
The food festival?
The whole thing.
I mean, I don't know the exact details,
I
but
have no-
I mean, like what do you mean exactly?
Where was the first?
I thought it was
the
at
first
Hype.
one-
Didn't it start at
no,
Hype?
No. Remember the first one? Do you guys remember like 3-4 years ago when it was at that little parking lot on Ford Road,
Is that where it started?
Silver Lane,
It just
and
got
then
bigger and bigger.
and the neighborhood was like really pissed and
I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was from what I understood, the first one was always at Hype. That's what I remembered.
yeah.
I didn't know that it started out in a neighborhood before.
No, it started out in a parking lot behind these businesses. like right next to the neighborhood. Literally, like you have the festival, then you have a house right next door, and people were complaining.
I think Arab just missed the Arabic festival, so they wanted to create something that's the closest to it.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this. I heard that the city council for Dearborn Heights, they're meeting up so they can discuss like all new like charter amendments and for like the food trucks. Because I don't know how the law works with food trucks in cities.
Yeah, I don't.
But I know that the city of Dearborn Heights they want to implement them for the city. Maybe they're not allowed currently. I have no idea. But I know that the city council in Dearborn Heights is meeting.
Really?
In order, yes, there was. I saw it on the news. They're meeting in order to like try to like make it work so they can attract food trucks to the actual city.
Bro, it's getting too big.
Yeah,
It's getting huge.
Honestly, it's becoming more viable than a restaurant, in my opinion. A food, bro, it's mobile, right? It gives you everything a restaurant gives you, and nobody. I mean, bro, after COVID, dining in my opinion, it looks like it's gone down, unless it's like those major restaurants.
Yeah, so with the restaurant industry now, people are talking about it, like fine dining and all that stuff. Nobody like.
I like it depending on what I'm getting. Like Eureka Eatery is the only they have a dining area. I prefer eating in my car.
Bro, I've never used DoorDash more in my life than I've had like now. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting
Honestly,
to that point.
it's crazy, really. This is a person that loves to go out and eat. So like actually like physically leaving the house and sitting down in a restaurant.
Yeah.
This year I've used DoorDash more than anything. I think it's like the number one used app on my phone outside of WhatsApp. It's crazy.
Everything's becoming mobile.
Yeah.
But all right, so Abe, or how much people call you HFJ?
Let's call it HFJ.
We'll call him HFJ.
Okay,
Call us. Forget
so
Abe, bro.
the number one
No one
thing,
knows Abe.
the number one problem people have with you, Abe,
Yeah.
is they think you're a food critic. You're not a food critic.
No, I'm not.
Absolutely not.
Not a chef.
Not a chef. You're not a food critic. You're a, what would you market? A marketing?
Yeah, food guide. So basically, I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you where to go eat, like what's halal to go eat.
But then people are gonna be like, okay, you're telling me to go to eat because you're telling me it's probably good.
So okay, how about this? So let me get straight to the facts. So sometimes I'll actually put in my caption, I highly recommend it. So that means I really think it's good.
Okay,
he's looking at me, he's like,
Okay,
you better
like,
shut up.
it's a messy situation. Okay. Let's say you're being honest, right?
Yeah.
Which you can't. You can't be honest in Dearborn because the second you bash someone publicly,
Families
someone
coming after you.
related to that thing is gonna come after you.
But it's not even about honesty. It's what
It's
he
not
thinks
gonna-
is good. No one is. You know what I'm saying? It's
No.
like, bro, we have this argument all the time. Like, there are foods that I like that other people don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bro, me and a couple of guys, we sit down and we argue about what restaurants we're going to eat at. Let's say, for example, the topic is Indian. I'd prefer one Indian place, and they would prefer, no, I want this place. The place you want to go to is not good.
Okay,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
trying it, right?
That's a good point.
This is the problem.
That's what I
This is the problem. This is how I think it. When HFJ goes somewhere, okay, they know him. He's coming, right?
Right.
So it's not as packed. They tell him to come on a Tuesday afternoon or whatever. It's not busy, and he walks in. Okay. The chef goes back there, makes probably a badass meal, and then he comes. He eats it. It's probably good. When
Yeah.
it's dead and whatever. And the second he posts it and he gets people ordering, and then when it gets busy and you order it and then you eat it and it tastes like a foot, that's the difference. That's the difference between. So it probably is good when this guy's eating it.
Right. But you think that the quality goes down when somebody else goes to get it?
I've heard that plenty of times.
I
wouldn't be
valid
surprised.
situation, but then there's some things he posts that like, all right, like that looks good, some looks bad, but like you're in a situation where you have like. If
I'm trying to help out these businesses. At the end
like
of the day.
I've heard so much people come up to me and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna start a page and be honest. We're gonna be very honest.
Well, we got
on-
big hams now, so.
And I'm like, bro. That's oh yeah, I watched this video on OG subs. It was funny, but you can't like I literally a Instagram page followed me, and it's like honest reviews, and they haven't posted nothing. You can't unless you're anonymous. You're gonna get roasted.
Right. But again, here's the problem, okay? What is the definition of an honest review?
If
That's what it's going to come down
okay,
to.
I've been to many sub places where like I just don't go anymore. People like
Right.
want to complain and bitch, but I just don't go to it anymore. And like there's sub places where it tastes like garbage.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you're telling me if I go out and order a sub from a place and it tastes horrible, and then I go on Instagram and make a video like this tastes horrible. Don't come here. This is that. That's where it causes issues. You can also say I didn't like it. It might be for you,
Right.
But the other one doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but I get it. But again, okay, take it this way, okay? Let's say there's a restaurant. Let's say 10 people hate it, okay? One person is going to like that place. I'm telling you, it's how it is.
He's right.
Bro, there's a lot of
He's
restaurants
right.
in Dearborn that there are a majority
yeah.
of people that do not like, and there's
Yeah.
a minority that do like. This is how it is. Now, obviously, we can all agree on there are all these restaurants. I mean, there is in Dearborn. The good thing about the city is the majority of the places to eat here, they're consistently good. But there are places that are like up for debate.
There are places in Dearborn where they're consistently bad. I don't know how.
Yeah.
But
Kel's
people just keep going at them. No, honestly, I go to like 3 or 4 places. I'm not gonna list them. That's it. Like I don't try.
Ricky's, that's one. We know that every Saturday with the guy.
Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows Ricky's. Dearborn pizza, 100%.
I love Dearborn pizza. People think like, oh, you don't know how all your taste buds are horrible or whatever. I'm like, no, like I understand these certain places I go to. They're not the best food, but they're comfort food. Like to me, I like them.
Yeah.
People like different kinds of food. I like these types of food when it comes to it.
You know what I think though? I think even if I like critique the place or whatnot, I don't really think people would actually care. Let's be real. Like, who am I? I really believe in that stuff.
Yeah,
like,
but
right. But here's and I get where you're coming from. I'm with you. I'm on your side. But what I'm saying is like
who am I to dog a business?
100%. But like the general idea is this. The general idea is, well, not the general idea, I'm sorry. The general assumption is that, let's say, for example, and this is with you specifically, like say you go to a restaurant that like most people think is not good. They think that you're just going to give them a thumbs up, even though they're bad. That's a problem.
Yeah, but you're not a food critic.
Again, and that is the
but
problem.
that's the biggest misconception with the page.
Right. That people assume you're, especially when you go there, you eat it like, oh my God, this is so good, blah, blah, blah. People assume that like you are there to just critic the food and rate it like, like out of like a scale of 10. Yeah. But that's not it. Your job is to go in there, try the food, tell people, hey, this is what's good here. Come give it a shot if ever you're hungry.
Yeah, like sometimes I'll go to places and I'll post, let's say their best burger, they'll go get a chicken shawarma.
Right.
I didn't say go get a chicken. Like I've had that a couple instances.
So you got to factor in, you're known for saying wow. And every time you take a bite, it's wow. People are thinking
wow.
People are thinking it's actually good. Honestly, there's a place. Obviously, we're not listing places. There was a place you
keep
ate.
Throwing that at me, Kel. Keep throwing that at me.
There's a place you were eating, and it looks fantastic, right? Like awesome. I remember me and Kalharani got it on a Saturday. It was so bad. It was awful.
And then he'll text me like, "Hey, this is terrible."
I swear to God, it was awful. You know what happens? You know what I do? I don't blame this guy. Like, okay, I'm not going back there anymore. That's it. Like that's all it is. I'm not gonna sit there and bash him.
Listen,
all right.
But here's the thing, though. All right, but here's what you have to credit. What he wanted to happen happened.
100%.
He got you to go there and he got you to eat. That was the point of the video.
I can thank this guy that he showed everyone. I believe he brought Eureka Eatery to Dearborn. When he posted that once, every time I go there, half of Dearborn's there.
Oh, I know. Me too.
And I don't care what people say. It is the best chicken sandwich I've ever eaten. But like, I love it. I love the fact that it's like 35 minutes away is horrible, but it's amazing. And that's something he brought like really good to it. And he
and again, like, bro, there was a time I think I messaged you. You put up a picture of a pizza. I forgot from where. I was like, hey, where is this from and what is it called? I remember where it was from. I'm like, what is this pizza specifically called? I think it was from DeMarco's.
Okay.
It was like it had like the sauce on it. It was this crazy weird looking pizza, but I don't know what it was called. You're like, hey, what was this called? And you're like, oh, it's called 1, 2, 3, 4. My wife and I when we tried it, it was unreal.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me,
bro. I
always hear the negative stuff. I can't give it the positive stuff.
No, like I always when I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, what do I eat? He straight up told me I go to your page and pick out something.
No, 100%.
That's what I get a lot though.
Yeah,
that's the happy part.
Okay, so let's move on to this. Okay. I remember, so like I ran into you on Schaefer Road years back, 4 or 5 years ago, and
we used to play. Did I tell everyone how we used to play basketball?
We still play basketball. We still play.
That's how I knew you from the Civic Center days.
And I ran into you. I'm like, hey, how you been, man? How's everything? Blah blah. I'm good. And you're like, hey, bro. And you asked me what I've been doing. I'm like, at this point, I wasn't even in law school. I was thinking about going to law school. Really? And I was telling you about it. I was like, man, I'm thinking about applying to law school. Blah blah blah. Right now, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. What are you up to? Like, bro, I'm coming out with this app. And it does 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which leads me to the question: what made you even like? In my opinion, I don't even know how this thought would come into somebody's brain. Honestly, especially in the city of Dearborn. No, just HFJ in general, like creating it. Like the idea, because the way I look at it is, you live in Dearborn. Everything is halal. I wouldn't think anybody needs a recommendation to see where they go, but you took this thing and you completely like revolutionized how people think about food. And so, especially at least in our community. So, like, how did the idea? Like, how did you?
How did I come up with it?
How did you come up with it? How was that seed planted?
So, the story's probably has never been told, like, where thousands of people can hear it. So, it all started, like, is a very deep like discussion that I don't really talk about in public. So my brother went through like a crazy issue, you know, he. I don't know if I should get in details too much, but he went through an issue. He ended up leaving our house and whatnot. My mom was depressed for a couple of years, and then so we don't have sisters in our house. We only have brothers.
Yeah.
So my mom was really depressed. No one was cooking. So for like 6 months straight, me and two of my friends, we kept going to different restaurants every day. It would be like the same restaurants: Sky Crepe, East Dearborn, Thomas, whatever. So one day I was like, it was November of 2017. I was like, hey, listen, I am going to make a food page. You know what I'm saying? My brother's gone, you know, family's in disarray, my home life, and then I was like, hey, I'm going to start a page. And it was called, I remember, I'll never forget it. It was called Dearborn Food Junkie.
Okay.
Within the first day, I switched it to Halal Food Junkie. I told two of my friends, I'm like, hey, we always go out to eat. Let's just make a page and let's go show people where to go halal eat.
Yeah.
Literally, they left. They stopped. They're like, yeah, we'll do it. You know,
They never showed up.
Within 10, 15 minutes, they're like, all right, I'm out, you know? So I started doing it for a couple months, and I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think, like right now, I say alhamdulillah a million times. I can't believe where I'm at today with the blessings. It's all from God, from my friends, guys like Kel, you, and like the guys that we hang out with. To always be behind my side, you know? But I never thought the page would get this big. And, like, for it to be where it's at right now, I used to always post, like, once every, like, 3-4 days. I didn't even post, faces of my picture, like, of my face and stuff.
Yeah.
And I went to Fortson and stuff, you know, going to Fortson, it was different. Like, see how I am on camera, being the outgoing, energetic. I've always had that personality, but I've always felt really nervous to go out on camera and actually show my real true color, my personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I did that, and then I remember I don't know if you guys still remember. So like my first ever post that went viral was on City of Dearborn, where I literally did a selfie video explaining what the Halal Food Junkie was. Even though at the time I still didn't even know what Halal Food Junkie was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
hear you.
the brand is always evolving.
100%.
And then I noticed I got some hate from some, and I was like, there's no way. Like, because you got to remember, I was always that guy that would hang out with like a couple guy friends, not really. Small circle, never really knew what the world was. And honestly, this is how I really am, and you guys probably can attest to this. I've always been that guy that loves to help out people regardless. And sometimes I would never get things in return.
Right. You're just doing it just for the sake of helping.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there was actually one guy yesterday, I'm not going to say who, he's very successful in our community, you know, saw me at the mosque, and we were talking, you know what I'm saying? And he literally gave me a saying, and I posted on my story actually today. He was like, when you're doing something, don't ever forget God in the picture.
Yeah, of course.
He's like, always put God in the picture, and things will start to pop up. And that's what I've tried to always do, and Kel knows this. I always like to write. I post like some stuff on Instagram on my stories, more than just food, you know. And I realize now with this page, it's bigger than food. There's the community. I like to post religion, so I kind of made it all into one with food. If that makes sense.
So like it's kind of like united through food.
Yes.
Essentially. Okay.
I agree
like
with
it.
the combining them all together, but don't you think that's like, so when it's hard to like, when you mix too much things together, it probably offends more people than others. You ever think about that?
Yeah, I've had people like come up to me like, hey, why you keep posting religion? But I was like, that's who I am, you know?
So let me ask you this, man. So you mentioned hate. When it comes to hate, like, I mean, what's the basic hate you see in terms of like people like, I mean, do you get like disrespected?
Comments, right?
Yeah, like what you were saying earlier, like, oh, like, hey, everything says wow, and they'll start cussing me out, or like
That page.
Yeah, cussing out the page, not myself. Or like, one time someone like was disrespecting me and my mom. Like, I hate that stuff.
In public?
No, not in public. They won't ever do it in
Instagram?
public. It's always like behind the keyboard. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, yeah.
And it really, really, I'm not gonna lie, like really annoys me. But at the same time, it's like I gotta keep my composure because, like I said, and you guys know this better than anyone. Like HFJ is bigger than just me and all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, bro, it's just kids, bro. There's no way there's 25, 30-year-olds commenting on this shit. It's all kids.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know in Dearborn, but
Yeah, I don't know.
but no, it's just kids constantly messing around. They made a fake page of you, bro. Like,
Oh,
that's kind of when I found it.
Bro, that page, I'm not gonna lie, as messed up as it is, it's really funny. It's really funny, bro.
I was going to Instagram.
Bro, there are these pictures. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm guilty of this. I've shared some of these pictures in a group chat, bro. They're hilarious. I'll show you them after. They're awesome,
It
bro.
was a suggestion from a follow. I clicked on it. It's literally some kids. It's funny that we're actually giving them props right now, if they even watch this. It was like FH of J, right?
Yeah,
and it's like 100 pictures of this
Me,
guy
yeah.
from both of his personal page and his
Yeah,
business
it had
page.
to be someone that knew me though. 'cause
Hey,
all my
that's
100%.
all pictures of this guy's face and just bashing him with X's on it. Hey, I was
I'm
crying.
telling you, bro. There's a sticker with you on your phone. It's like you're holding a phone. It's like a wired phone. You're like this. It says "Stop playing with me" at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't get that one. Where's
bro,
that shit?
it's an
Yeah.
awesome one. I'll
There's
send it to you
some,
after.
there's
It's
some-
literally hilarious, bro.
There's some unique stickers of you, but yeah. So yeah, you got to the.
Did
point
I
where
make
people
it if I
think
got
about it.
stickers or what?
Huh?
Did I make it?
I don't know. I don't think you made it. If you've never heard of it, I doubt you made it, bro. It's just a really funny one. It's like you like this. You're like smiling. Your head's like, "Stop playing with me."
No,
Oh, the one
You know
on the
what I'm talking-
fork.
Yeah.
They use this.
yeah, bro. You're gonna get hate regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Regardless, even if, bro, you can literally all you do is make a page of donating, and people will be like, "Get off the camera." You can be a page of anything, like I said, anything good or bad. People are gonna like it or gonna hate it, and you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? Be consistent, like you've been doing. The reason why you have such a decent, like a good following, is because you're consistent, and
Every
everyone
day.
expects you're gonna post every day.
Okay, so now talk to me about this, bro. A page like that, it's evolving. You know, it's really big.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's a lot of work, man. What do you do, bro? Like, how's your schedule looking like with managing this page? Like, do you have a team? Is it literally all you? How does it work? I mean, how are you able to maintain, posting? Because I know I know Ace with like social media pages. I know the general rule is you have to keep posting. You have to, you have to be very active. And like there's management and there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Like knowing what to boost. How much money goes in it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your schedule looking like when managing this stuff? Is this like a full-time job for you?
You just wake up whenever you want. I know.
It's a full-time job. No,
Really?
it really is. Yeah, it is. Cause like I'll have a schedule. Like the thing is with my schedule, it's kind of weird. Like sometimes I'll know what I'm doing throughout the week. Like I'll have a whole plan. And sometimes I have no idea what I'm doing. Like this week, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Straight up.
So I like have 2 places to be, but other than that, I have no idea what I'm doing.
So do you have a team or has this been you the whole
By
time?
myself. Yeah.
Straight up, huh?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough.
Is it because you're not
tough.
making enough to pay someone, or are you?
Yeah,
Just, you think
that-
you could do it all together?
Well,
I
right now
saw.
I can do it, but I don't know how it's gonna be like if I want to get married and stuff. I don't know if
Yeah,
I'll be able.
yeah.
Imagine your wife just wants to chill.
She's
in
like, she
your-
wants to chill. Like, hey, I gotta go get content. Like today, I went and
Yeah.
just got content.
Yeah.
That's your
yeah.
job, though.
Yeah.
So let's say you wake up at 9 and you come back at 5 doing straight. Obviously when you're married, you're not gonna be out until like in Ramadan time.
Yeah. Ramadan's crazy from 9 p.m. to
Not
5
even
a.m. I'm
Ramadan.
out.
Yeah.
Like just make a set time. Try to fit in everything you need to do that day in that time frame, and that's it. You gotta obviously dedicate a lot
Yeah,
of
it's-
time with your wife.
So we're like, are you on the road like all day?
Yeah.
Literally, huh?
Like I remember last year, like when I was grinding, it was like 12-hour days. We're just going from place to place to place.
all
and
that? So yeah, you don't have to obviously.
But
we're not-
mentally it messes me up.
I can imagine.
I'm not
It's
gonna
a lot.
lie.
It's a lot of
Well,
work,
obviously we're not mentioning names, but how much time, like when people call you to come to their page, like do you tell them on the phone,
You got a schedule.
no, it's not even the scheduling, tell them, hey, it's gonna cost this much, or yeah, of course I'll come, and they expect to pay or they expect it's free. How does it? I guarantee in Dearborn, and the way these, like a lot of people are, they probably think everything's free because it doesn't. When people don't see something,
Yeah,
like
that's what you're saying.
It's hard for people to pay,
bro. Right, because they're not. It's not tangible.
and it's
not tangible,
It's a new
exactly.
job
Yeah,
too.
like I feel like. So let me ask you this: have you ever gotten into it? And you don't have to mention names with business owners that when they bring you in, they figure that because they're giving you the free food, therefore they don't have to pay you.
Oh yeah.
You've gotten into it, huh?
Yeah, I've not gotten into it. I never, you know me, I'm not a really confrontational guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
uh,
But
you
there's the
quote them?
expectation. Like, is that,
Yeah.
is that the general expectation? We're gonna give you the food for free, but you're gonna post for us.
How does it roll? Do you quote them before you go? Sometimes it's someone's fault. Let's say let's say example, someone calls you and you're
Yeah.
like, hey, come check it out. You should be like, hey, it's gonna cost this much, instead of going there, trying it, and then be like, hey, pay up.
Right.
What do you do?
like sometimes I'll tell them flat out, like, I'm gonna come out, it's gonna be this much, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be giving you guys this and that. Sometimes I go out of my own hand because I want to go and You don't have to pay me nothing.
Yeah, somebody's
and
probably
I
close
actually
to
pay
home.
for my food. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I believe
people
you.
don't even
Yeah.
know that. Like, I actually do pay sometimes for my food.
You should is
But even though everyone tells me, no, you shouldn't pay for your food, or you should.
not even paying for food. I actually, if from a business standpoint, don't try these new places unless they contact you. Don't you think that from your
Oh,
perspective to put money in your pocket?
No,
don't-
100%. Like the new places, I wait for them to like.
As much as you want to go and try it,
Yeah.
it's
You have to play. You have to play that. You have to play that. Like, it's a psychology game. Like, hey, I'm not coming for this long because you know they're gonna contact you eventually.
Yeah, but the second, like knowing you, the second that
What?
someone gives you confrontation, like someone's being like instantly like defensive, like, hey, oh, you're charging me for this, you probably let them go. How does it go?
No, it depends. I don't.
Oh, you're just,
Yeah, it's like. I mean, nowadays I think about it, I've seen some of the businesses that made like tremendous amount of money. Like we're talking about thousands of dollars, and I think I deserve just a little piece.
Oh, like a commish?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
doesn't Chowdown Detroit charge a lot?
I don't know.
Charge
how
a
much they
lot.
I mean,
that guy's awesome.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. It's a job for him. You know what I'm saying? But he does more than that. He just also does social media management.
So if I were you, try to find someone you can hire or whoever, someone close to you to deal with all that like nasty side of it. Like have them call the place, be like, hey, Abe wants to come to your place. He has this much followers. It's going to cost this much. He can guarantee you this much people to see it, and can't guarantee you business, but he can guarantee the business. And this is how much it costs.
Exactly.
You
And
should do that.
that's what the page does. I've tried that before, and then just everyone else that tried doing it, just like they fell off, or you know what I'm saying. But man, this page is crazy. If I show you guys the analytics, it's insane.
I can imagine.
Analytics and the messages, bro. It's probably wild.
I
in
can
there.
imagine. So let me ask you this, all right? Let's say like 10 businesses opened up
Yeah.
in Dearborn, right? Anywhere. Let's say Wayne County.
Yeah.
Just to like enlarge the scale a little bit. Of those 10 businesses, what do you predict on average how many of those businesses are going to call you?
You're saying Metro Detroit or like around like
Wayne County, so Metro Detroit. You think all 10 literally reach out? So every time a new business sprouts up in Dearborn, you're the first one they call for the most part?
yeah, when it comes
Well,
to
Straight up,
yeah,
huh?
yeah,
Him, what's his
Fred
Serini,
Sweeney,
Hambushki.
Bushki,
It's,
yeah.
it's, it's
all those
crazy,
guys.
bro, but it's crazy what you've done to food marketing. Because before HFJ, think about it. Like if a new restaurant opens up, how did they get out there? Really?
Oh,
Facebook, maybe they'd make a post on Instagram, but like there wasn't somebody that could put them out there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
'cause
So that's
now-
that's what's revolutionary about the food industry in this community. Like you
Yeah.
are the go-to for the most part of when somebody opens up, we need to market, we're going to call this guy. He's the one we don't like you're saving them money too cuz they don't have to go and advertise themselves. They're going to pay you to do that for them.
Exactly.
100%. Bro, there's so much. I'm assuming everyone's like this as well. Like, there's so much probably fault. Like, how much requests do you get? Not on the HFJ, but like requests on an average person get from random restaurants. And you probably brush them off, whatever. Until you see something that him or one of the other marketing guys posted out that looks good, they click on it. And then
Right.
dessert places always get me. If someone posts a good dessert, I instantly go. The food is like whatever. Honestly, you can. If a restaurant opens up, someone in my circle will eventually go, and I'll get their opinion on it.
Yeah.
But like, besides that, is whatever.
People have told me to go to more dessert spots. I really don't. I'm always going to like get in the Middle Eastern food.
Uh-huh.
I'm like that typical Dearborn guy that just gets the subs, goes back home,
Whoa.
and chills and watches the boys football.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something else, bro. All right. How many times do you eat a day?
He doesn't. He records for weeks, and he posts them to
No.
different times of the day. Really close to it, and I'm hungry. I'll go there, right?
Okay, it makes
But
sense.
there's other places I know I can.
Within a
Yeah, it's a drive for me. So it's not really a drive. It's like 10, 15 minutes from my house. I'd rather go to a place closer and get better food.
there is this one place I think you guys should definitely check out. It's called Sammy Fatouche Grill.
Arab food?
Yeah, but it's far. It's like 45 minutes. I know it sounds crazy.
Wallah, I would never drive more than. Listen, you're in Dearborn. Wallah, I would never drive more than 20 minutes. 20 minutes is pushing it.
Yeah.
Unless it's a family dinner where the whole family's going. Why would you drive 20 minutes when you live in Dearborn to go get Arabic food? You can literally throw a dime in an Arabic restaurant before it hits the floor in
That's a good
Dearborn.
point. Speaking of driving far, what is the furthest you had to drive to go get content or to go do like a
I
video
went
for
to
somebody?
Chicago.
You've gone to Chicago?
Yeah. Never seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the place you're going to go review?
It was a bunch, so I went there for like 4 days.
Oh, okay. No, I'm talking about like, has anybody requested you to come out? Far out.
Probably Cali.
Cali? Cool. And let me ask you another question out of curiosity. Have any franchises that opened up in Dearborn ever reached out to you? Let's say, like, for example, like a Tim Hortons or a Subway, just out of curiosity. Or does
Dave
any major
Recently, yeah.
The Dave's Hot Chicken
Yeah.
reach out?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a franchise.
Wow, that's that's good. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. You know, because like at my work, like we do a lot of like franchise agreements and stuff.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and I know that for them,
Yeah.
when it comes to advertising, it has to go through the franchise.
Yes,
they
it
can't
does.
bring anybody in unless
Really?
like 100%. You're not. So let's say for example, I went and opened up like a DQ. Okay, I am not allowed to bring HFJ in unless they give me authority. You're not allowed to do it.
Really?
Yeah, they have to approve all advertising.
Well, what if the influencer or the guy that's promoting the place is gonna give you a great review and
You can do that again. So like some franchises work different than others. Some of them make you go ahead and spend. So like say for example, you want to own like franchise X.
Yeah.
In their franchise agreement, they will tell you that hey, we're gonna cover some of the marketing, but you have to spend X amount of dollars every month on your own advertising. Which that
Oh,
would
so it
that
goes
can
to you,
include you.
okay.
But there are also some franchises that say hey, we're doing everything. But if you want to do anything yourself, you have to go ahead and you have to run it by us before, and we have to screen it. So that's why I was curious if any franchise reached out. So I don't know how Dave's would work, but
Dave's has their own marketing.
okay.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Mustafa's a lawyer. I don't know
Yeah.
if you introduced yourself.
We're going to do an intro video separate from this. to
I never introduced
introduce,
myself as an attorney, but yeah, I'm an attorney. I'm a very chilled out attorney.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
honestly, if you saw
we're
me in the
gonna-
street, you wouldn't think I'm an
Yeah,
attorney.
We're going to
Oh.
release a quick 5-minute intro video for me and him as the first video and then this video.
So I wanted to ask you,
What's up?
when it comes to like the
Closer.
the franchising and all that stuff. I'm sorry, not the franchising, but I know with the lawyer that I speak to, when it comes to advertising, even if you advertise something good or even bad, that a company can come at you. Is that true?
Oh, that's a good question. Could someone
So-
sue him for saying it's bad and people come after him?
So here's the thing. So there's something called defamation of slander.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Slander of title and defamation.
Okay.
Okay, which it's pretty much somebody saying, hey, because of what you said, I am losing money. Okay, or you've completely soiled my reputation. Okay, the problem with these kinds of lawsuits, and when dealing with them since I worked at a law firm and since I graduated and opened up my own, they're very hard to win on. Because you have to be able to connect. So any kind of civil suit, just general procedure, in order for you to be able to sue somebody, you have to be able to prove your damages, money damages, right? So when it comes to these franchises or anybody that wants to sue you for defamation or slander of title, they have to be able to prove money damages. It's very hard to connect words to direct profit loss.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's possible, but it's hard in some situations. That's why
Yeah.
you only see it with major corporate Fortune 500 companies because the skills are so high and the advertising is nuts. So it's that is when I can see it happening. But small time businesses, I feel like it's hard. Every case that I've dealt with had to do with defamation, slander of title. 9 times out of 10 there was never a case.
Will the judges throw it away?
Well, I don't know that. I've never actually taken one to court. I've never defended one before, but I've worked on them.
Yeah.
So and just from my again, and I don't specialize in legitimate civil litigation, so I wouldn't probably be the best person to ask. I do criminal and divorce straight up.
Yeah.
But from my understanding of them, even studying them in law school, they're generally difficult to prove. And not difficult to prove. They're generally difficult to show damages for.
Yeah, it's hard to connect.
It's
the
hard.
damages.
It's hard to connect. It's tough.
Well, you can technically be like, hey, we on a scale and be like, hey, we've been receiving on average 1,000 customers a week, and ever since Abe said our food is bad, we've been down to $500 a thing.
Right.
500 customers.
Yeah,
a
you
week.
can say that, but you have to be able to show how those words turn that dollar amount. It's hard, man. It's hard. To a point where I think you have to for example, the only time I would ever take it is if literally every customer went in and told him, hey, I was gonna come in here today, but because this person said 1, 2, 3, and 4, I'm now walking out. It has to be that crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
That's the only time I would think it would be viable. That's me though. But this
I thought it would be let's say you're making let's say $1,500 a day, but someone came out and gave him a really bad review saying, hey, this sucks. This said his business went down from $1,500 in sales to $800.
Dramatic.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm not saying I'm not saying you wouldn't have a case, but I'm saying that this is also coming from somebody that doesn't do this kind of work. But I'm telling you that based on my opinion, even though you could probably still file, it would still be hard to collect every single penny. I think it would be. It's tough. It's not easy, man.
Yeah, but you don't have to deal with that in Dearborn.
I mean,
Dearborn's very straightforward. You go
Yeah.
and you record it, you eat it, and then that's it, bro.
You're
People
out.
don't want to go. You don't want to go. I think it's more simpler in Dearborn. A lot of people either like stuff or they don't, and it's proven that people that don't every business in Dearborn has their customers.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fact. Like there's places I don't like, but they're still open for like a long time, and it proves it. They got their loyal customers that come in every single day or whatever the situation is. I don't really think you can impact a business
like Hamiros of the world, Alamir of the world, like
like Al Bashas. And these places, they'll never close. Hopefully not, but those places will never close. Tahamas will never close. I think Tahamas is like rated through the people #1.
Yeah.
Bro.
I would say, always. Every time I post Tahamas, you get.
You'd ask any mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, everyone says Tahamas. It's been through 3 owners since the 80s, and
their chicken burger is the original. Like, if you want to say OG, they're the original with the
chicken burger.
Chicken burger with the coleslaw.
Chicken burger attracts the younger crowd. Everything else at that place attracts everyone else. It's like, everyone goes there, and it's just the closest. Like I said, 3 owners. I believe 3 owners in the last 40 years. Really? And my mom used to work at Tahamas back in the 90s. That's how they met. That's how I met my father.
Interesting.
That's funny.
That's crazy.
But
I did not know that.
Yeah,
We're learning something new every day, guys.
we used to live. Not we, but my mom used to live. My grandmother used to live behind Tahamas.
Yeah.
And then it just went through different
management.
I think the guy owned there for like 15 years, and then another did 10 years. And the guy that owns it now is an amazing guy.
Yeah, he closes every Ramadan.
I already pays his workers. Does he pay his workers?
Yeah, he does. He closes. I know that for the entire month he closes. It's good for him, man. Wallah, good for him.
Allah, he probably relaxes and doesn't care about
Good for him.
Where everyone's going to Ramadan, you got the businesses,
Yeah,
and then you got the Ramadan food stands where some businesses actually like don't like the Ramadan food stand because it might be taking away from their business. You know what I'm saying?
That argument, I think, is a failed argument.
Yeah, for real.
Listen, I think the argument of I'll probably wait for another guest because you probably don't want to talk about it, but I'll probably wait for another guest. The argument of these food stands are taken away from this, the mosques are empty. Bro, like I'm sitting in the back, like okay, it's a touchy topic, but like
But is it really a touchy topic? I mean, I was talking about it the other day. I mean, I'm gonna be very.
I was flat out talking about it throughout my stories. I don't think I said I was getting hundreds of messages.
I know, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, the way I looked at it was, and I talked about it with my brother. Like my brother, he's extremely religious, devoted to the mosque. Good for him. And me and him, we shared the same ideology, which is like at the end of the day, if you were going to go to the mosque on a specific day, the food stand was not going to stop you from going there.
Exactly.
If you were going to go there, you were going to go there. If you were going to go to the food stand, you were going to go to the food stand. Period. Exactly. You know what? That's how I look at it.
We're blaming the wrong people.
Yeah.
You blame the kids. I shouldn't even say
it's not even blame. Like, it's just like, people are going to do what they're going to do no matter what. This is how it is. People are going to be people.
It's
okay?
It's like.
Let me tell you something, okay? Like, for example, okay? Let's say, I'm just going to be honest, okay? This food festival is supposed to be like, during the Night of Power?
Yeah, one of the Nights of Power.
No, they won't do it. They won't do it on the night.
Oh, they won't?
No.
Okay, but let's just say for the sake of argument they did. Or let's say there was a festival on the Night of Power, okay? People that are going to go to the Night of Power are going to go to the Night of Power.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm serious. And the people that are going to go to the festival are going to go to the festival.
But I have
one thing wouldn't affect the other.
But I have a question.
I don't really think so.
I have a question for you. Do you agree? Okay, let's say someone had a festival and they put on the Night of Power. Do you agree with that?
Do I agree with that in general? I honestly, like...
I don't.
Yeah, that's you. With me, personally... I wouldn't care. Let me tell you why. The difference is because at the end of the day, I know what I'm gonna do regardless. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Night of Power whether it's there or not. But that's me speaking from personal. If you're talking about like from a moralistic point of view, should a food festival be on the Night of Power? Maybe not. Maybe it just depends. It also depends on what the message is too. Like because
if it's a Ramadan food festival,
yeah,
you shouldn't. And Haas already knows that.
And I get it, but here's where my concern is. Okay, what's up? That the assumption would be, okay, so the reason why it shouldn't be there that day, and I really would hope this wouldn't be the assumption, but I don't know what the assumption, that the reason it's there is to deter people from going to that, to the Night of Power, for example, or to any major, it's the intention of it, okay? And if people, and again, I'm speaking for myself, I don't believe that should be the general assumption. You know what I'm saying? That, okay, I'm going to do this specifically just so people don't go there.
No, yeah, bro. You know I'm pretty sure, bro. If I'm going to the mosque, I can't go to the mosque on the Night of Power. Why? Oh, I got to go to the food festival. It's not like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. It's either you do it or you don't. Like, you know what it is? It's the kids that aren't going to the mosque. They want something to do, So they go to the food festival.
Yeah.
It's how it is. I know it's like the whole intention of the food festival is for Ramadan, and the point of Ramadan is for religion.
And Haas gonna talk about this, by the way, on my channel.
is.
He should. I mean,
And you
I
guys should get him on here too as well before Ramadan, the actual Ramadan, and he's gonna tell you guys he's not trying to take away from the mosque. He literally flat out said that in his story.
and I believe him. I don't believe it's anyone's intention to do that. Like, you know
Well,
what I'm saying? I completely agree with it. Like, again, I mean, honestly,
we'll save it for him if he
no,
comes on.
but
That's what we can do.
like, just the last note on it. With all due respect, if you're gonna if your intention is to try to take away from the mosque, you're gonna build a food stand to do it.
Yeah,
really, it's like that. At the end of the day, bro, like the followers are gonna follow, and the non-followers are not gonna follow. This is how it is,
Bro, like I would go to the lecture and then I'd go home. Like it's either people go and then they do anything after. Like if you go to a lecture and then you stop by a food stand and grab something, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
It's actually convenient. The city of Dearborn is lit in the Ramadan, which I think is awesome.
That's one of the best
And
parts
this
of
is
the
a
city,
part
man.
of
Really,
it.
yeah.
What's the difference between someone being open and that food festival? Just because it's attracting so much people, it's a topic that has so much like flaws and like people just want to come out and say it's haram and stuff like. I'm like, all right, it has its.
Maybe the mosque should get better speakers, or maybe the mosque.
Not even.
No, or wait, and this is what I've talked
Yeah.
to, and I kind of flat out said it on my thing. I think the mosque, all the mosques, and all the organizations should be more creative. We live in a digital era with creativity is everything. 10 years ago, let's be honest, 10 years ago, you could everyone wanted to become a doctor, a pharmacist. Now it's probably dentist is like the number one in the medical field. But other than that, let's be real, like nobody cares what you do anymore. A doctor is the same person as a software engineer. I think everything, the mindset has changed.
Right. Well, no, it's
a good
become
thing.
more modernized.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like it's the norm is just it's so much more accepting now. And I mean, again, unfortunately, like I mean, you brought up the mosque and changing their ways. It's not about like their ways. It's more of like, in my opinion, it's they have to get with the times.
Yeah.
In terms of like technologically, that's what I'm saying.
They
You
are.
know?
Some places are.
Some places aren't good for them, but like
Like you mean the online streaming and all that kind of
Right.
yeah.
You know, like at the end of the day, like, okay, here's the thing, okay? I believe that if you're gonna blame a food stand for you not having followers, I don't think it's your fault. I think it's the food. I think it's gonna go back to the people. I don't put it on the religious institution, nor do I put it on the food stand. It's like you know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, the same people that went to the mosque 5 years ago are gonna keep going today. And the same people that haven't gone to 5 years ago are not gonna go today.
That's
why
how
it is.
When I hear that, I'm like, all right,
It's how it is, bro. You're gonna have loyalists no matter what.
That's a
And you're
good
gonna have people that are never. I'm telling you, and I know
I
this.
didn't think about that.
You know, bro, think about it like this, okay? Imagine you have a group of friends that hang out every single night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The same people that hang out, you know, like for the first 2 months, you're gonna expect them to come the third month. The same, you know, there's probably a couple guys in that crew that don't go. You're not gonna expect them to come that third month. It's kind of the same idea here. You know what I mean? Your expectation should stay the same. It shouldn't change because of something different. So just because there's a food stand coming, you shouldn't expect people are not going to go to the mosque. And then I don't believe the numbers are even going to be affected one bit, in my opinion. I don't think they are. I think the people that are going to go are going to go, and the people that aren't going to go are not going to go. Imagine somebody saying, well, I used to go to the Night Up Hour every single year for 5 years in a row, but this year I'm not going because there's a food stand. You know what I mean? I'd rather go to the food stand. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah,
like,
no, I don't think
that is the most like, with all due respect, it doesn't make sense. There's zero common sense in that logic.
It's khalas. We'll wait. If we do get, what's it, Hassan Shami?
Yeah, Hassan. Yeah.
He owns Thermal, right?
Yeah, he owns Thermal.
Yeah. So that if we eventually get him, or even you and him can come on, we can fit 4 people on here. We'll eventually go. Why not? We'll talk about it. It's not a bad. Not a bad idea.
I mean, a lot of people want to talk about it. It's like always been like a WhatsApp group discussion. I feel it comes in my WhatsApp chat. What about you?
I'd want to like have both perspectives on it, but I'd like to have someone that like, I don't want it to be an argument. I want it to be a discussion. So
100%, and it should be a discussion. There's nothing to argue about.
Hassan Shami's not to blame.
No, I don't.
I don't even blame him.
Yeah, people blame him. People blame him.
Here's the thing. I don't think that the word blame should even be used in the subject at all. Blame is the wrong word.
It
really is. There's not even a word. It's not, in my opinion, it's not the word blame. It's people. People is the word. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they're going to do. The only time I can see somebody saying, like, hey, I'm not going to go to the mosque on Night of Power. There's a stand giving out $1 million if you come to us instead. Like, that's the only time I can see somebody doing it. But, like, you're telling me, like, you know, somebody that was going to the Night of Power every single day, but instead they're going to stand in line for 30 minutes for a hot dog. They'd rather do that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't make sense. But, I mean, like I said, again, eventually, you know, if Hassan would like to come on here and talk about it, I'd be more than happy to have him on. It's just a discussion. I believe if he is, again, I'm not keeping up with the times with the stuff.
There's a lot of things going on.
So from my understanding, just if you can explain it, is he getting blamed? Him specifically saying this is your fault, like like we're gonna lose like followers because of this. Is this the general like?
I mean, I don't
consensus?
know if they blame the whole ideology of having the stands. Like, oh, do you think like they think the stands shouldn't be there because people are viewing that this month is to make money. Like these people just want to make money. They don't want to work on their spirituality and stuff. I've heard that many times.
Oh, okay. So they're saying, I see. So they're saying, so like you guys can be at the mosque rather than be at the stands.
Be at the stands.
Like you're talking about like the vendors, you mean? Not
yes,
the people.
The vendors or the people, instead of like going out and then they can read Quran. I don't know. Listen, I think you can do a lot of the spirituality throughout the day.
Right.
There's time even before iftar. You can do your spirit. Then just, if you want to enjoy a little bit yourself, enjoy a little bit.
Yeah, and then, but even this, okay, let's just say, just for the sake of argument, right? Let's say, it's like, okay, well, the vendors can be at the mosque instead of outrunning their like their vending. But like, in my opinion, it's like, okay, here's my response to that. It would be as simple as, okay, if the vendors weren't vending, would they be at the mosque to begin with? That's a question. I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. We don't. Nobody knows. But like, really, like
depends on the person.
Not only that, like at the end of the day, like you're gonna break somebody down and you're gonna label him as like pretty much a sinner just because they're trying to feed their family, and you know what I mean. It does to me. It doesn't make sense. Again, I'm not blaming the mosque. This is the public that's doing this. The mosque is not coming out saying you guys are doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the public. This is just public opinion, and it's gonna change. Between everybody. But yeah,
I think people should get the benefit of the doubt and
100%. I mean, you have to understand something too, man. We don't have an Arabic festival in Dearborn anymore.
No, we don't.
We don't have an Arabic festival, and that got taken away. Okay, and these are the kinds of arguments, these are the kinds of bickering with public opinion that gets events like these taken away. Okay, and if this continues, this can be one of the things that would literally ruin, this whole vending thing. It really can. I mean, it's honestly unfortunate, but I mean. It's really good for the city.
I think it is too.
I think it's phenomenal.
We're bringing people from outside the city to come to the
and it
city.
brings the city money too, man. It really does.
What, the food festival?
Oh yeah.
I was just telling him that, bro. Like we haven't had. When was the last time the Arabic festival was in Dearborn? When did they take it away?
I think 2012.
Right. We haven't had anything. That was prior to this food festival.
They're actually working on a summer food festival. A lot of people tell me to do a halal food festival. They text me from out of state, like, "Hey brother, why don't you guys do like a halal food festival in the summer outside of Ramadan?" And I told Haas about it, and I don't know if Haas should say it, but I'm gonna say on here, they're trying to plan one out.
I hope they do,
and
man.
I would love that, man.
I really hope they do. Why not, man?
Ramadan food festival is like the Super Bowl for you, probably.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah,
so much content, bro.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro. It's like Abe's Black Friday.
Bro, hey, I swear to God, guys, I'll post up a story right before iftar, and it would just be wildfire. Literally, everybody's watching. They're sitting at home.
Your feed was ridiculous. It was like, remember that time I seen you in at East Dearborn Nutrition?
Oh yeah. You couldn't even talk to me.
It was so busy, man.
And I'm just trying to get content and this and that, and then.
No, yeah, it's. I think it's not. I don't know, man. I've been to it once. I went. And one of my close friends owns Cookie Boys.
Okay.
He runs it, him and his 2 boys, and I went to. That's the only place I go to. I go out to support him, and that's it.
And then you just go
and
back
I
home?
get out, honestly, because like I said, I try to go do something, and then I stop by.
It's literally like a 3-minute walk from his house. It's awesome.
It's right here. And I don't even wait in line. I text him, and he gives me the order.
What do you mean? Their line is out from Greenfield all the way to Warren.
Well, I was coming.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's crazy.
Well, khalas, we should, if you talk to that Hassan Shami, if he wants to, we'll bring him on. It'll be us 4.
Yeah, I'll bring him on. I wouldn't mind one bit.
He's huge in the community.
Yeah, why not, man? I'm sure he's. What I like about him, he's very vocal.
Yeah, very.
And he's good, and I like that because he's not the kind of person. I feel this at least from I've never met the guy. I'll be honest with you.
Really?
I've seen his stuff. I've seen his messages to the community. He's not the kind of person.
Doesn't shy away from confrontation
Not
at
only
all.
that, he does it. He's not scared to say what's on the guy's mind, which is good because that's a big problem here, man. A lot of people are worried about what others are gonna say, especially in Dearborn, because the community is so small. And so he's not the kind of just pretty much say what's on his mind, whatever you think you're gonna think. So I love somebody that's like that.
Did he just come out of nowhere?
Yeah, he did.
And then he's a pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere, created this thing, and now he's one of the most known people.
A lot of people have a problem with that too. You'd be surprised, and that's something I want to talk to him about too. And you guys should talk to him.
What?
A lot of people a lot of people do community events already, and he would get like a lot of stuff like backlash because he came out of nowhere. He literally came out of nowhere.
What did he want to
Backlash for what? Just
like starting this whole thing with not like in life. I realize this with business, relationship building, networking. If you don't have some people with you in the ride, they're offended.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, like a specific. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking
it's
about.
very political.
Very.
Yeah, I get what you're. No, I couldn't agree more.
And I'm with Haas all the way, bro. Like, if you started something, great for you, man.
Yeah.
Hell of a job. Clap it up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, you only see that in Dearborn. Well, not only in Dearborn, but I notice it the most in Dearborn because the community is so small.
Yeah.
Like I've actually heard endless times people say, "Oh, I actually want to do something," but like there are certain people, that have specific connections that are not about it. So it's kind of preventing me from doing what I want to do.
People are gonna destroy this podcast. People are gonna like it.
100%.
What are we gonna do? Honestly, you know what I want to do? Mike Valeni does it on 971.
Yeah.
What he does is everyone bashes him, right?
I love Mike Valeni, man.
So he has a segment called I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's like bashing time, where he reads all the negative comments.
Yeah.
And they put like funny music in the background, and someone reads them while they start dying laughing.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not trying to encourage negativity, but
I mean, you're gonna get it no matter what.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we should make fun of it, and if we make a thing out of it, people are gonna start
I am, me. I'm
Getting
the
reckless
last.
with it.
I'm the last person that cares, bro. I was telling. I think we talked about this last time.
What?
There was so on my law firm Google page. So listen, on my law firm Google review page, somebody made a fake account for the singer Bassam Saleh.
Okay.
Okay, I shit you not. Like, no, the guy's name was Bassam Saleh, but it wasn't really Bassam Saleh.
Oh my god.
Okay, and he got on there, and he commented making fun of me. And he didn't make fun of my legal work. He didn't say anything about my service. He said, "Hey, this guy has really bad hair and he has speech problems. Don't go to him." Hey, I was
What?
crying, bro. When I say I was in tears, I sent it to Bassam Saleh. His response was laughing emojis. He's like, "Bro, it's crazy. It's not even me." And it turns out that same account went on multiple small businesses in Dearborn.
And just shredded them.
They shredded them, and it wasn't anything relating to the business. It's just
Stupid
like dumb
stuff.
things. I think they made fun of how the lettuce looks at Good Burger. Like, it was kind of funny, bro. So yeah, this lettuce is shaped like shit.
Bro, people they have no time.
They're
know
savages.
better.
I find it hilarious, but I mean that's just me. I'm telling you, we're sitting in this guy's garage dying laughing at this, bro.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was laughing because I'm like, that's so random. Out of everyone in the world you can make fun of in Dearborn, they picked Bassam Saleh, okay? And then they created a fake account and started bashing like 3 or the 4 random.
It was the most random businesses ever. Like, it was just, I think this guy just put a bunch of names in a hat and he drew out the firm. He's like, "Man, who am I gonna go after?" But I'm sure it's somebody that knows me, bro. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, mine was someone knew me because it was off my personal account and they were just taking pictures, posting it.
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me. And they were saying
deleted?
some. Yeah, I took it down. My lawyer told me how to take it down. I had to, bro. It was just it was just bothering. It was annoying. Like, man, how do you have time to take a picture of me,
Bro, there's
And then
300 photos on that account.
Yeah, and
There was a lot of. It's like this guy posted every day.
he
every
he
day
figured out
thought
we
of-
have edited it. He edited the photo.
They're
and
very
then,
creative.
Hey, every day he picked up his phone and thought about HOJ, and then posted a picture and got likes, and then he signed it out and go to his another account.
That's so funny, bro. Imagine this.
would you guys
person-
ever do that?
do what?
Let's say you hated someone so much.
Probably when I was in middle school, but not when I'm
No,
not.
yeah, I do it in middle school. I mean,
He's like, I would do it in middle school.
If I were to
maybe when I
do
was,
it,
very,
it's kids.
It's kid stuff. Like,
yeah.
listen. Like, okay, if there was anybody I didn't like, the furthest it will go is we just probably probably shit talk that person in a WhatsApp group chat with your friends. That's probably the furthest it goes. That's what the majority of people. But I mean, for you to actually go make a fake account,
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's so. The fact that he chose Bassam Saleh of all people, that's the best part about it. And I texted Bassam. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Bro, who is this guy?" He's like, "It's such an old picture. How do you find it?"
That's crazy. Man.
That's so fun. Oh, they used the old picture of
They
him?
used the old picture of it. This guy had it was hilarious. Like, bro, this picture's from 2004.
That is so funny. No, bro, you're gonna get people like you, and you're gonna get people that hate you, and obviously, you got to deal with it.
I try to live my life as low key as possible, even though it's always been low key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have, honestly, I always tell people this, I don't have really an extraordinary life. Like, when you see me out in different tours, yeah, it's nice and everything, but social media is fake. And
Yeah,
and I kind of want to talk about this on this. I don't know if it's one
Yeah,
of
go ahead. Yeah.
bro, social media is so fake. It's not even
Oh,
funny.
I know.
Like, I'll post something, I'm so happy or whatever, but deep down, do you guys know how I feel?
No, 100%.
You know what I mean?
It's
It's a highlight
business.
tape.
It's business. Social media is business now. That's all it is. It's not entertainment.
For all these influencers out there that post stuff in New York or Cali or this, and then I'm like, deep down, they're probably have a lonely life compared to a person that's married with 2 kids.
Right.
And that has more happy.
Yeah.
Marriages are starting to fail because of how much they're comparing themselves to other
Yeah.
couples and it's the highlights and stuff like that. People,
Right.
I honest to God, man, the second I think in the next 3 or 4 years, I want to get off social media. It's so much more relaxing. It's not as much. It's so much unnecessary information going in your body.
The problem is, man, like as much people say it's evil, it's one of those necessary evils, bro. Like if you have a business, I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why. Think about it. No, think about it. Here's like, hear me out for a minute. The necessary evil is like, bro, if you have a business, how do you survive without social media?
No, I agree.
What is the alternative? Wallah, what is the alternative to it?
Like even for your like law firm,
for anything, a law firm, a restaurant, a bookstore. How do you imagine something as simple as a bookstore? Okay.
Yeah.
Who even reads books? How do you even get yourself out there? You need social media. You have no choice. You have no choice. You don't get a billboard out for a bookstore. Come on, man.
No, he's right. When it comes to business, we're talking about
like personal.
You're talking about personal, right? I think when it comes to
no, he's talking about social media in general.
Yeah, in general, yeah.
Well, why do you think social media now, bro? Before Instagram didn't have
like right now it's a little different.
It's different, yeah. It didn't have a
used to be an order. Now it's like
right. I mean, it didn't have a metric for businesses. No social media. It was just personal. It was entertainment. Now every social media platform has metrics specifically for businesses.
I know people that have like just regular people that will have like a full out what is it called? Not private and analytics. Like people, I've never seen. I don't know if you guys know this. Like people will post a picture of themselves and they'll check how many people shared it. They don't know who shared it. Like, oh my god, 30 people shared my photo.
You have to have a business account for that, don't you?
No, yeah.
Yeah, you have to see the insights.
But they're like just people that don't sell anything for a product or don't even have a restaurant.
That's mind games. Think about that. Imagine like you're a business account and you see like 16 people saved it and 16 people and it doesn't show you. You're like, what the hell's done?
It's crazy, man. But shit, man. Well, Abe, we appreciate you having us. We appreciate you coming, and wallah, we loved having you, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. Minority Pod, the one and only.
Yeah, hopefully
we'll definitely have you on again, man. But we really this is great, man. And I think that people are gonna like this, man. So
all right, again, my name is Khalil Bazzi. His name is Mustafa Hawili, and this is Abel Bade, aka HFJ. We plan to bring people from the community on this podcast, entrepreneurs, people that have gone through certain situations, the whole nine, and it's an interview / discussion, and we wanted to bring
very
people,
informal though.
Yeah, just very informal, and just get people going. And obviously, people are not gonna like it, and some people are gonna like it, and some people are not. So we'll go from here, and this is the first episode, and I hope you guys
like it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you guys.